Well, welcome back, YouTube. This is Rice Paddy Reasons, and I am your Rice Paddy Daddy. Hey. So, I hope you guys are doing well today. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification, and please leave a comment after the video after you watch the whole thing so that I can know what you are thinking too. Before we get started, I would like to give a shout out to my brother Red over at the Chow Time Pod. You should really watch this channel. If you haven't subscribed, go there now and subscribe to his channel. He does a beautiful job of curating content that deal with issues that the modern man here in the West has to deal with. And I find his content to be extremely informative and fair-minded, and if you want to know what's going on, like, it's pretty much the one-stop shop. So what I want to talk about today is the 50-50 partnership relationship idea that seems to be the modern norm and what people seem to be looking for. And I really think that this situation is, well, I don't really care for it because, well, I have some questions about it. So here's a question for you. If it's a 50-50 partnership, who's leading? Like, who's making the decisions? Is it done by committee all the time? Isn't that a really rare situation where you're going to find somebody where you think so much alike that you're able to easily make decisions by committee? That doesn't usually work. Historically speaking, it always works better when there is a leader in businesses or relationships. Wouldn't that mean that you have to debate every single point? Doesn't that sound exhausting to you? And also, what exactly is 50-50? I mean, where do you draw the line at? I mean, sure, that's easy to do with finances because that's quantifiable, that you have numbers, that's money. It's easy to split bills down the middle, but how do you quantify everything else that goes into a relationship? I'm talking about, like, changing diapers and mowing the lawn and doing dishes and cooking and doing the yard work and fixing the car and all of the things that go into making life work. How do you quantify where changing diapers stacks up against changing a tire? I mean, doesn't that sound like exhaustive to be constantly trying to quantify every single detail of your life to make sure that it's 50-50? And wouldn't that put you in a constant state of nitpicking at your partner constantly to make sure that they're doing 50-50 and you're doing 50-50? It seems like a recipe for conflict, if you ask me. And if you're in that state, doesn't that start to make trust irrelevant in your relationship? Because you're constantly checking on each other all the time. And what about gratitude? Isn't that a really important part of having a relationship where you're grateful for this person being in your life and being grateful for everything that they do for you? If you're in a constant state of checking to make sure that they're doing their part and you're doing your part, I mean, doesn't that start to take the gratitude out of the relationship? Because, you know, if my girl cooks a meal for me, I'm super grateful for it, even though that I can easily cook a meal for myself. But that's the point that I'm trying to make. At what point do you start saying, well, sure, she cooked me a meal, but that's what she's supposed to do? And, you know, and she says, well, sure, he mowed the lawn, but that's what he's supposed to do. Then it's a constant state of, well, as he or she should. If you remember that beautiful Chinese lady who was on TikTok, you know, she was saying, you know, this whole as he should, as she should attitude is very ungrateful. But let me ask you this question. Wouldn't it be better if instead of 50-50 and making sure that you're not giving more than 50% because that's exactly what's supposed to happen, wouldn't it be better if you're giving 100% to somebody and they're giving 100% to you? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Isn't that what people in love are supposed to do? I guess what I'm saying is that trust and gratitude are essential parts of relationships. And if you take that away with the whole 50-50 thing, then I think that you lose a lot of what should be there in a relationship. I mean, if you trust somebody 100% and they trust you 100%, wouldn't that make you want to give 100% of everything that you've got for somebody? And wouldn't it just be easier for you to get a passport and a plane ticket and find a relationship that will easily accommodate this giving 100% relationship overseas, as to probably finding like one in I don't know how many it would take to find it here in the West? So what I guess I'm saying here is that if you want to find your 50-50 relationship here in the West, it only exists because the cost of living is so high, and that we have to think about things like this, where they're paying half the bills because I can't afford half the bills. Or if you go to a place like Vietnam and you can take your girl out to breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks every day for maybe $20 a day. I mean, come on, doesn't that sound a little bit better? So when you're going to countries where the cost of living is so much more attractive than what we have here in the West, then you can become an 100% provider. And your prospective mate, whether it's a girlfriend or a wife, can be that 100% nurturer. I mean, doesn't that sound great? Doesn't that sound so much better than trying to find that one in a million relationship here? So that's what I got for you guys today. Tell me what you think in the comments. I really hope that you guys are doing well. If you have any questions, email me at ricepaddyreasons@gmail.com, and I am more than happy to have a conversation about side hustles, investments, budgeting, and so forth. I have traveled to a few places, so if you want to know about the countries that I've been to, more than happy to talk about that with you as well. So I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, passports up. You guys keep growing and deserve your victory.